is a story about a group of seekers who sat at the feet of a certain master for a number of years. Now, one day, one of the students got up the courage to say to the master, "Master, we know that with the power of your love, you could bring us to enlightenment, to realization in an instant. Why have you not done so?" And the master said, "Let me tell you a story. There were two men. Each of them had an iron cooking pot, and both of their pots were encrusted with years of use. And the first man took his pot to an ironmonger to be cleaned. And the ironmonger said, "Yes, just leave it with me for an hour or so. Come back, I'll have it pristine and new for you this afternoon." So when the owner went off, the ironmonger threw the pot into his furnace, and of course in just a little while all the incrustations were off, and so when the man came back to get his pot, it was shining and like new. But when he took it home and filled it with soup and tried to cook his soup, it just disintegrated in front of his eyes. Well, the second man took his pot to an iron maker, and the ironmaker said, "Leave it with me. It will take about a month, but leave it with me. I'll make it pure and new for you." Well, the ironmonger in the following days took the pot and put it over a little flame, and every day he chipped away at the incrustations that were. And at the end of the month it was about bright and shining as one could get it. Master said, "You see, with the first man, his pot being thrown into that flame was not able to support it, so he was of no use for the rest of his life. But the man who took his pot to the potmaker, who gradually and slowly chipped away at the incrustations, had a pot that served him well for the rest of his days. He said, it's like that with you. If I threw you into the flame of my love, you would be of no use to life after that. But now, day after day, chipping away, cleaning, you, all of you, will be pots that will serve life well for the rest of your days." The second little story is that story of a student who was sitting with a certain master for many years, and this master's way of teaching was through storytelling. But this particular student never could understand what the stories were about, no matter that he tried so hard. So he finally, after a few years, gave up, and he left the master's presence. But some years later, a limousine drove up in front of the master's house, and out stepped the old student, wearing diamonds on his fingers, fur coat. He said to the master, "I've come to thank you." The master said, "Oh, why?" He said, "Well, I make books out of your stories and I've become rich and famous. So I came back to thank you." Books and fires. Books, we know, are like that gentle fire, or we could say they're the kindling that makes the fire, that stimulates our souls and allows that cleaning to take place, the crud, the incrustations to peel off us, so we can be like the first story and be those pots that can serve life well for as long as our days. So this bookstore giving us the opportunity, and everyone who passes, to have that kindling for their spirit and their soul. Like we have, there's no doubt that all of us can stand testimony to what books have done for us, words have done for us in our lives. So thank you, Angie. Thank you for being a wonderful part that's serving life.
Can I make a book of your stories and sell them?
No doubt.